Imagine a family in a living room. They are sharing the same physical space, but they aren't looking at each other. They are motionless, their faces lit only by the blue light of 4 separate devices. This timeline represents a human lifespan. On average, we touch our phones 8,400 times a day, an interaction rate that adds up to 10 entire years of a waking life spent looking at a screen. As we spend more time in digital worlds, we spend less time on our own goals. Over the last 40 years, chronic procrastination has increased by 400% worldwide. This behavior is being established earlier than ever. In India, children under 5 are now averaging 2.2 hours of screen time every day. The World Health Organization has set a clear standard for development. For any child under the age of 2, screen time should be 0. We are experiencing a digital dissonance, choosing to inhabit a virtual space, while our physical reality and the connections within it are left behind. These platforms are not neutral tools. They are designed using specific psychological triggers to keep us from looking away. Programs like CoComelon use hyper-saturated colors and scene changes that occur every 2 seconds. This constant movement is scientifically engineered to keep a child's attention in a state of high-intensity focus. Adults face a similar architecture. Infinite scrolls and constant notifications create a loop of immediate, low-effort rewards in the brain. This chart compares 2 types of motivation. The vertical spike is the instant dopamine hit from a screen. The steady, shallow line is the reward for completing a real-world goal. This gap drives hyperbolic discounting, a process where the brain begins to value immediate digital hits over the long-term effort required for actual success. The people who built these systems understood the risks. Steve Jobs famously restricted his own children from using the iPad, limiting their technology use at home even as he sold the device to millions of families. By overstimulating our reward system, these engineered environments make the effort of real life feel dull, trapping us in a cycle of seeking the easiest possible gratification. In children, the damage is physical. Humans are social learners who develop speech by watching how a parent's lips move and by participating in back-and-forth interactions. A screen is one-sided. It doesn't react to a child's sounds or provide clear lip movements for them to mimic. When children spend their developmental years with non-responsive characters, they can develop social withdrawal and communication delays, often described as virtual autism. High screen time can also lead to structural changes in the brain. This anatomical model shows the parietal lobe, which processes sensory information. Studies indicate that excessive usage weakens the neural pathways here, affecting the executive skills needed to regulate emotions and maintain focus. There are broader physical costs as well. Children who stay indoors on screens are losing exposure to natural light, which is contributing to a global surge in myopia. For adults, the screen becomes a shield. We use it to escape the fear of failure, retreating into digital distractions whenever a real-world task feels too difficult or a loss feels too likely. We replace real challenges with curated social media feeds. This leads to a cycle of constant comparison and anxiety as we measure our unedited lives against the filtered highlights of others. The result is a dual tragedy. Children who are developmentally hindered from interacting with the world, raised by adults who use the digital world to avoid it. Screens provide a substitute for what we actually value. For a child, the screen mimics undivided attention. For an adult, it mimics social connection. Moving past procrastination requires temporal motivation theory. It means recognizing that the screen is a low-value reward and intentionally aligning our actions with our actual needs for growth and relationships. This chart tracks the 2 types of regret identified by temporal theory. The small spike is the regret of failing at a goal. The expanding area below it is the regret of inaction, the lifelong weight of knowing you chose a screen over an opportunity. Taking control starts with firm age limits. Medical research suggests keeping children away from screens entirely until age 2 and strictly limiting them until at least age 5. Habits are also tied to our environment. Designating specific screen-free zones, like the dining table and the bedroom, creates a physical boundary that helps break the urge to scroll. Most importantly, parents set the standard through their own actions. Children learn how to interact with the world by watching their parents, not by hearing their rules. Technology is a powerful tool, but its value depends on our ability to put it down. If we don't set these boundaries, we risk losing our connection to the physical world around us.